Hey, bonsoir. Welcome to Become the Change. I hope you're well. My name is Sandy Lebeck, obviously, as you can see. So this hangout is a quick 30-minute hangout, which if you feel like you know that you would like to change the world in some way, but you don't quite know where to start, or you don't really know if you can do much, the point of this hangout is just to share stories of amazing people who were in that same situation and who did stuff and started to change the world, doing what I call conscious activism, which is not kind of campaigning or arguing about stuff that you don't like, but sort of suggesting something, suggesting a vision for the world, a change that you would like to see, and doing things to move towards that. And you might be thinking, well, why are you doing that? Well, I actually used to be a campaigner and an activist against poverty and inequality in London in the UK. I studied it too at a master's level, and then became a women's rights campaigner after doing a lot of women's rights voluntary work. And got very ill actually, very young, and realized that I was always looking at negative stuff, always looking at problems and trying to get other people to look at problems. And so after getting very ill, I realized that it's okay to focus on solutions, and it's okay to focus on, not to focus on the negative stuff. Because if you've ever heard that expression, what you focus on expands. And I decided I wanted to stop contributing to the things I didn't like. And so I started these hangouts because I get inspired when I hear about other people's stories. And because it's something that I'm interested in, I come across a lot of stories. So I thought I would share them with you. I actually do, the thing I'm really interested in is kindness. So I've been making videos about kindness, random acts of kindness, hoping to inspire others to do that. And that's already started to happen, actually. And I'm really excited about today's story because it's someone who's also from Britain, like me. I don't know whether you're watching this now or in the future, where you're from. But basically, the organization is now a really big one. But when it started, it wasn't so big. And I'm actually good friends with one of the volunteers who was there when it started, which is how I came to know of this organization, which also started in London. And so I'm going to share who it is with you in a second. But I wanted to share it with you because this organization now, it has actors like Jude Law as its ambassadors. It meets with the UN. It's created a global day of peace. And it's, created massive change, actually, like organized football matches where soldiers across countries have put down their weapons and have all kinds of impact, which I'm going to go into in a second. But it started with one idea. It started with one man's idea, and he actually started it in his mum's living room. He had no money to do it, no resources, and you'll see in the video I'm about to show you, he had an old school big computer. He didn't know anyone. He was an actor, and he'd become a filmmaker. But I'm not going to say too much about his story because I just want to show you one of the videos. But, just to share really that you can really go from nothing to creating something that changes the world. This is an amazing example of that. So before I show you, a video about this organization, it's called Peace One Day. I just want to tell you a quick story about my experience with them, because I actually studied a master's degree in development, violence, and conflict. Really cheerful topic. This is before getting ill. And so, as I said, one of my friends worked for this organization. It's called Peace One Day. And she told me that there was only a few people at that time. And we actually ended up going to one of their concerts, and what they do to raise awareness and raise funding for the things they do is they have concerts where they get celebrities and singers to come along. And when we went to see this, it was actually in the Victoria and Albert Hall in London, and I think this would have been around 2007. And now, I've been researching them in preparation for this hangout. They're actually doing, and I hope their light is okay, they're actually doing concerts in the global arenas, like the O2 Arena, sorry, in London. I meant to say O2, not global, which is a huge arena. It's like, I think it's the biggest one in the UK. So they've come a long way. They're even doing events in Monte Carlo with tickets for €800 each. And this started from one computer in one living room back in 1998. So just to go, it goes to show, you know, persistence, the power of sticking with an idea and building an army of people who support it, and really staying true to your vision. So let me show you a quick video about their story. It's Peace One Day in 3 minutes, it's called. And I'm also going to show you a quick clip from a TED Talk that the founder did. And I know you'll get inspired by this, so let me just show it to you. Here we go. Okay. Oh, oh, sorry. The second video started playing right away, which wasn't the plan. So I hope you can see better now. It's really dark where it was earlier. So did you just see a clip of what Peace One Day is all about? It's a very simple idea. It's basically a global day of ceasefire across the world when all, no matter what kind of conflict is going on, and if you've ever looked at that, there's actually, it's quite scary. There is a massive number of wars at any one time going on the planet. And so the idea behind this organization was that if someone coordinated a global day, then they could convince people to stop fighting just for that one day, and that would hopefully start to have ripple effects. So it went from an idea that came to one man to now it's literally become an international day. It's taken, it's 2014 and he started in 1998, so it didn't happen, within 2 years, but it's happened and it's continuing to grow. They're now doing programs in different parts of the world, partnering with football teams, doing all kinds of different sort of initiatives, for a global truce day. And in fact, I had some stats here about what they've done, because they basically got they got a big consulting company to measure the impact the organization has had. And so since it started, Peace One Day they estimate that around the world, here we go, sorry, I had it and then I lost it. They estimate that around the world, 470 million people in 200 countries were aware of Peace Day in 2013, and last day. In 2013, they increased awareness by a further 68%, or 190 million. Approximately 1 to 2% of those aware of Peace Day behaved more peacefully in their own lives as a result, improving the world for thousands of others. This is equivalent to the entire populations of Libya or Nicaragua. They've now, with the support of the Howard G. Buffett Foundation, committed to a 3-year project in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Great Lakes region of Africa, with the aim of creating a broadly observed regional day of ceasefire and non-violence on the 21st of September. So basically what Peace One Day does is they do, like global initiatives. They do high-level stuff with the UN and with NGOs. And then they also encourage individuals to do stuff. So on Peace One Day, you can do, you can blog, you can make videos, you can even organize a dance, a peace dance. You can do random acts of kindness. They encourage any sort of activity that helps to build more peace. And personally, I don't know if this inspires you at all, but it inspires me because, Mother Teresa was once asked why she didn't attend anti-war protests. And she said, because I will go to a pro-peace rally if you invite me, but I will never go to an anti-war protest. And she's basically, for the same reasons of what I highlighted at the start, that if you're always focusing on the problems, the things you hate, you actually end up giving them more energy, is what I believe now. And so I'm not, saying that anyone who does that has got bad intentions or is, deliberately harming anyone or anything. I just believe that that's a side effect, unintended perhaps, but it is. And I know that I used to be one of those people doing that. And so something like Peace One Day, it's moving towards a vision where there could be more peace on this planet, where there could be less war. And it's amazing to see the progress that this one idea has made. And I actually just want to show you a quick clip from a TED Talk that the founder did, just so you can see, a bit more about why he started it. 'Cause it's kind of quick in that video to see that. So we won't watch the whole TED Talk. I'll put links to these in the comments so that you can look at these afterwards if you want to. But I did just want to show you the beginning. And if you have any questions or comments about anything I'm saying, feel free to leave it in the chat area, by the way, because there's quite a few people watching. So here we go. Oh wow! I ended up showing the whole thing because it was just too good to stop. I forgot how good it is. So I hope you got something out of it. I'm pretty sure you would have done. How inspiring is that? And he shared quite a few really, good things to take from his experiences. About how media can change things. I'm such a big believer of that, using this Hangout as one little way to contribute to that. And that's something that you have watching this, whatever it is that you care about, you have ways at your fingertips to raise awareness, we all do. And his persistence as well, like he says he didn't care about the results straight away, he cared about the process and documenting it, making the film, and continuing to grow and build alliances, and that analogy about one drop in a cloud, in a still pond. It's such a great way to describe that. It's like if you've ever seen those posters for dropping rubbish on the streets, there used to be some around. I haven't seen them for ages, but they had like a person dropping a piece of litter on the ground saying, "Oh well, my wrapper doesn't matter." And then they showed the next picture was a massive landfill full of those kinds of wrappers and cans and all the kinds of crap that people throw away on the streets. And it had 1,000 speech bubbles all saying, "My little one wrapper doesn't matter, my can doesn't matter." And it just showed that all those different actions accumulated did matter, that they did have an impact. And so that's the same for all of us. So whatever idea you have, I hope that watching Jeremy's story, watching about Peace One Day, seeing the success it's had, will give you some courage and confidence to know that your ideas can become a reality too. So I'm really inspired after watching that. If you are too, please let me know in the comments or whenever you watch this. And also, I would just suggest, if you watch that and you feel like, well, I don't have an amazing idea, or I don't want to dedicate my whole life to making a film, or how can I really apply that? Well, I would ask yourself, what's one change you would like to see in the world more than anything else? We don't often get asked that question. Often we sort of focus on what we don't like, what we want to get rid of. But what's one change you would like to see? And what's one idea you could have that would help to make that happen? So that not only would it help to bring it here, but you would also feel great too, because that's the thing, when you start to do things like that, they make you feel better as well. So what's one change that you would like to see in the world? And what's one action that you could take that would move you closer to that, you and all of us? It could be, blogging about it. It could be organizing some kind of event. It could be just talking to some friends about it. It could be organizing a hangout like this, anything that spreads the word. It will help to change things and help to change the world. And you have the capacity to do that. We all do. And the only reason that people believe we don't have any capacity is just because we've kind of been conditioned to. So the funny thing is, that's the exact reason why when you start to take action towards the things you care about, you can make a big change, because so many people just kind of watch or don't really do anything. All right, so I hope this has inspired you to know that you can create ripples of change. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any feedbacks or questions, then please let me know. And I might also be starting a Facebook group for these calls. I'm not sure yet. But you can friend me on Facebook or get in touch with me on Google+. That's been Sandy Levesque. Thanks for watching, and this was about Peace One Day. Well done, Jeremy, and keep going.